active in our system, welcome back. You're always more than welcome to attend these tutorials at any time for a refresher or to see what's new. Now, once you log in, it brings you here to the home screen. All of your travel headers are listed at the top of the website. We'll be going through each of those today. Now, I realize in this day and age, a lot of folks are using smartphones and tablets. Some do not even have a computer. So, with that being said, your screen may look a little different. We have a mobile-friendly version. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So once I zoom in a little bit, you can see here it's got these three little option bars at the top right. So if you're on a smartphone, this is typically how your website would look. But if you just simply click on the little lines at the top right, it'll bring up your travel headers. Okay. So that's for a mobile version. I've had folks go on their phone and say, it didn't look like what you showed me. Well, that's why. But we'll be looking at the PC version today. Now, before we start with travel benefits, I'd like to go over account management and support features. Located at the top left, you have a My Account section. We'll begin there. We do provide you with a fully customizable dashboard online. But with that being said, keep in mind anything I share with you on the website can be done with our live support as well. We have folks that prefer it that way, so you can do things either way. Now, I realize most of you can figure out how to use a travel site. This tutorial is not to show you how to use a travel site, but more so to show you all the various features, benefits, and various areas where to find them online. Now, once you log into the My Account section, you have a submenu on the left-hand side. A few of the key points here I'd like to cover. The first one, you have your profile. Here you can edit, update, view your information. We've even added an area here where you can store pertinent travel information. That way, if you need it for a booking, it's easily accessible. And your co-licensee can do the same as well. Your significant other, spouse, friend, family, whomever else is listed on the license, you two are the primary account holders. You're the only ones authorized to make account changes. And the reason I say that, in addition to the two primary account holders, you may have received our friends and family plan attached to your account, which is a really amazing feature. It gives you the ability to add an authorized user. Most people list their grown children if they have them, but you can list whomever you choose. It can be family or friends. Now, if you're new and you have not added anyone, there is no worries. You can add them anytime. There's no time limit. So if you want to add one now, one later, that's fine. But when you're ready to add them, the easiest way, just send us an email to that support email. You can reply to the webinar link and let us know who you are so we know whose account to place them under. And we'll simply need their name, their phone number, and their email of whomever you want to list as an authorized user. Once you provide that information, they'll actually get their own password protected login and they can call in directly to the concierge. So they don't have to call you for quotes or bookings nor use your login. So they essentially become a licensee just like you, of course, except for one big difference. They get it for free, so they're going to love it. Even the annual renewal, that not only covers you, that covers everyone on the account. Now, when you or they place a booking with us, whether it's through your website or through live support, you will receive an emailed confirmation voucher for any booking you place. But you can also go to your website, go to My Account, click on View Bookings. You can see all of your upcoming bookings here as well. And not just upcoming bookings, you can also look back and see a completed travel history with us. So you can always look back, see where you went, when you went there, even prices you paid at any point down the road. And I realize some of you have extended family, friends, a coworker, a neighbor that love to travel and would benefit from our service, but they didn't quite make the cut for your family plan spots since those are limited. And remember, you and they can travel unlimited year in, year out. Well, we do have something for everyone else. It's called an Access Pass. Now, this is here if you ever need it, They're only $19.99. I know a lot of my members give these away over the holidays. Give the gift of travel. It's only $19.99, and what they get for that is a 1-year temporary login. So unlike your plan where you can use it year in, year out, theirs is good for 1 year and one single booking of their choice. So it's like a one-time guest pass to our services. So that's a nice feature to have as well. And keep in mind, as the primary account holders, if we do have a booking that has an after travel bonus, which is essentially the commission or markup sent once you complete the trip, post-trip. But as the primary account holders, you're the ones that receive all the after travel rebates from commissions. Because first of all, it's your license you paid for. Now, I'll cover those in more detail later, but it can benefit you for sharing our services with friends and family. All right, folks. Just like we got some folks calling in today. I don't see that too often. Hopefully the sound's working well for you. Typically, you can just listen directly off your laptop or computer. If it is not, you can always just go through the website. I mean, through the webinar itself. So the My Account section, good part of the website to be aware of. And located at the top right, you have a Contact Us option. We do offer complimentary support. 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, with extended hours midweek. And of course, your website, your travel portal is available to you 24/7 for use. And if you ever ran into an after hours, let's say something travel related, like a check-in problem, we do provide a 24/7 emergency travel line for travel emergencies only. And if it's something non-travel related, you probably want to dial 911, okay? And if it's nothing urgent, you simply have a question, you can always call us, you can email us, you can also submit messages to your website. So we do provide a lot of forms of contact. It's all complimentary. There's never any charges to use live support. So feel free to reach out to us anytime. We are here to help. Now, if anyone has any questions about those features we just went over, account management, support, please feel free to type away. But for time's sake, we have a lot of ground to cover today. I'll get you out of here in less than an hour. I promise it goes by super quickly because we keep adding new features. So I'll get to share with you a few new features to the website today as well. And just so you're aware, you can scroll down on the home screen below the search bar and find things like weekly specials and even new additions to the website and travel articles. Just so you're aware, there's some things down there. Now, I'm going to do some examples today, and I realize some of you may be here on the East Coast. Maybe some of you live on the West Coast. We have members all over. So a weekend trip to someone in California is not going to be the same for someone in South Carolina, for example. Some of you may want to travel the world. Some of you just want to stay domestic, and some of you love to cruise. Some of you don't. Some of you probably love it all. So I'll try to do a nice little variety of trips as we move along. But the main thing, like I said, is to go through all the various services and benefits. But with that being said, I know some of you are brand new. So I'm going to be jumping over to some public websites today to do some live comparisons. Now, the whole point, the website actually does this for you, but I like to show more than tell. So I'm actually going to do some live comparisons, but keep in mind, not trying to confuse anyone. You don't have to jump around to multiple websites when you're at home. I'm just doing this more or less to show you what the website's doing for you. And let's start with our hotel section, the most used portion of the website. This features over 500,000 booking options listed in over 100 countries. So you can truly go anywhere in the world you want. You can also book by the night. So this section is very versatile. You can book 1 night, 2, 3 nights. You can book a week, 10 days. You can even book 2, 3 week or more extended stays. Now, as far as planning a trip, most websites like Expedia allow out to 11 months in advance. Ours, you can go up to 12, but it's not necessary, but you could. I know most folks plan a month out, few weeks out, 2, 3 months out, but you can be spontaneous. You can book as early as the day of travel. So if you needed a room tonight, we could accommodate you. And let's start today with an all-inclusive vacation. You may have heard of Sandals, Dreams, Excellence, Iberostar, just to name a few major brands, Ryu. These are properties that charge a fee and everything's included, not just your room and your stay, but your food, your drinks. I'm talking adult beverages on down the line. They do it all for a package price. So it's like a cruise on land, except drinks are included too. I'm going to do the average 5-night, 6-day stay for 2 adults. So while that's searching, I'm going to jump over to a public website. Let's go ahead. We'll use Priceline this time. You may have heard of this site, Expedia. I know there may be a little lag here between what, there it is. So Expedia, you've heard of Priceline. They're the 2 largest discount travel sites in the world. But I know there's a lot of others. Hotels.com, Agoda, Booking.com, Hotwire, Travelocity. You got sites like Trivago, Kayak. But every one of those sites and more are owned underneath Expedia or Priceline. There's a lot of websites under those 2 big parent companies, and that's why you see a lot of rate parity for public discount travel. You could, and what I mean by that, you could search through 10 of those sites. Literally 9 out of 10 are the exact same rate. And when they're different, it's typically not by a whole lot. Obviously, you're not going to undercut each other when they're under those 2 big umbrellas. Now, let's go ahead and put in the same dates with Priceline. So we're just going to do an apples for apples comparison here. And we're going to take their best rate against our best rate. So while that's searching, let's go ahead and see what our website found. Now, you have a lot of results here. So you do have ways to narrow your results. You can filter by things like the name. So if you're looking for a specific hotel like a Marriott, you can find it easily there. You can also filter by budget. So if you're not looking to spend $50,000 for some luxurious villa over the water, probably for that rate for 5 nights, it's a $10,000 night room. You can slide that on down to your max budget. That way it just filters out the nicer or the really costly places. And it works both ways because we have anywhere that offers public accommodation. So you can stay economy, you can stay moderate, you can stay mid-high end to high end to luxury. That's your choice. I like to see all the deals myself. You can filter by quality. But I always say don't rule out a nicer place. Let's say you say, okay, we're here in the States, weekend getaway. I don't need a 4 or 5 star. I just need like a nice Hampton Inn or Holiday Inn Express, like 3-star hotel. But I wouldn't rule out the nicer places because you may find a 4-star at wholesale rates that's literally less than what you normally would have paid for a Hampton Inn. So I tell members sometimes it gives you the ability to kick it up a notch quality-wise, or if you're already there, just stay on the same level and save money. More money. Now, besides the filters, once you see your results here, you probably peeked at a few, you're going to see 2 prices. The public price, our price. Obviously, our price is what we pay. And one thing I want to notate, as it states here, the prices are shown total for the entire stay, including tax. And by the way, I saw some people were calling in. It looks like somebody isn't now, but if you're hearing double voice, it means your computer volume's on and you're calling in. So it's probably not going to match up identically. So you got to turn one off or the other, just to let you know. I should have mentioned that. Just let me know if anyone has any issue. So the R price is our best rate available at the moment. But the price above it that says public, that's not a rack rate or some number we just poof out of thin air, make up. That's actually pulled from multiple online sites. Not only do we access over a dozen wholesale vendors not available to the public to pull our best inventory and rates available, which you'll see our price, it's pulling from over a half dozen public websites like Priceline and others to come up with the best rate they have to offer. Now, this is where it starts at for the online sites, the public sites, as well as our rate. But keep in mind, there's different wholesalers that have different inventories and may cost different rates. It always filters the lowest cost in the top. Plus, there's different views, different room types that can vary cost as well. This is what we call a lead-in room. It's where it starts. It goes up from there, obviously. Let's just scroll down, look at some of these deals. Now, I've stayed with Omni. That's nice. Let's use that one. $800 savings. That's a nice sum of money to save on one booking. Now, if you're new with us, I want you to have realistic expectations. Is every trip saving you $800? Probably not. In fact, definitely not. Some will save you more. In some instances, much more. And also less as well. There's times I've stopped off the highway on the way to a destination for kind of a midway stop, just an economy hotel off the side of the highway, and save tax money for a night on the way to my destination. And there's times you book a nice vacation and save $800, $1,000, $2,000 plus. It all adds up. You simply need to take a vacation. So some nice deals, but this one's really good. Look at that. That's 2 adults, 5 nights, 6 days, all inclusive, taxes included, $742. Now it shows public is $1,544, so we're actually saving more than what we're actually paying for the room. But let's go over here to Priceline. Let's check that out. And once again, you don't have to do this yourself. Not trying to confuse anyone, just showing you what those public prices represent. So here we are, same place, same dates. It looks like we're going to take their best deal available, their best price line rate. And I know a lot of these sites say we price match or we have the best price guarantee. But if you ever read the details, they always are the same. Those only pertain to other advertised public rates because obviously a lot of those sites are under those 2 big umbrellas we spoke about. So they know they're going to be pretty much in comparison to most other public sites. However, the fine print will let you know they do not honor things like negotiated rates or a coupon code you use for a website to bring it well below the rate. Or things like a private membership rate such as ours, because you will see disparity. Here's their best deal. Let's pick it. Lowest price. So on sale, Priceline's best deal comes out to around, let's just say $1,600. Not bad. On sale with Priceline, all inclusive for the week. Nice 4-star hotel, but let's go back to our property or to our website. Notice our public price is even lower than Priceline's. What, by $50? Once again, we pull from multiple sites, so it's always displaying the lowest for their price as well as the lowest for us. So we're actually saving about $850 off Priceline's best deal, but we're saving $800 off the lowest. Pretty neat, huh? That's our price. Same thing, same dates. And you don't have to stay a week. I realize COVID 2020, a lot of folks were stuck at home. And I know I speak with members every day. Everybody's ready to travel and travel more. Some people are just getting started. But what I've been hearing a lot of folks are doing domestic travel, maybe long weekends or maybe even extended stays or, just short weekends. A lot of domestic trips, quick fly to destinations or drive to destinations. Now, I realize folks are already talking about doing that Viking River cruise, going here and there, but, it's been a slow go of it. So you don't have to go a week and you don't have to plan a big trip to utilize our service. Keep in mind, you can book by the night. So let's just say we do a standard weekend getaway, check in on a Friday, leave on a Sunday. Let's not even go to a beach area. We'll go to like a major metropolitan area. Lots of history. I like history. Let's see. We planned the last trip out to November of this year. Let's do a little challenge here. Where are we at? Monday the 24th. Let's check in this weekend. Kind of a spontaneous, hey, let's get away this weekend. Okay, no grandkids coming over. Let's go. So we'll do check-in Friday, depart Sunday. So keep in mind when the savings pop up, this is simply a 2-night, 3-day stay. Look at some of the savings right off the bat. How about a nice boutique hotel, the St. Gregory, saving over $130 a night. And how I'm getting this, it's about $115 a night after taxes for a 4-star hotel. You don't see that too often. And I'm just taking this rate because remember, our prices are total for the stay as it states here. So I'm just taking it and cutting it in half because this is a 2-night stay. So it's a relatively easy one to figure out the per night. But keep in mind, ours are included with taxes. I know most public sites will say $299 plus. They want you to take it to that checkout screen like we just did with Priceline. These are totals. Okay, as you saw a moment ago. Look at some of these deals. And you don't have to stay 4 or 5 star once again to save money. You'll see some moderate, even economy places. But keep in mind, if it's a $70 a night place, there's not going to be that much commissionable markup in it. So it's obviously going to have less of savings, but it could be, still going to be substantial in comparison. So you don't have to book 5-star to save money. Here's a 3-star, saving $70 a night for a quick weekend trip. Okay. Now, once you find a place, besides pricing, there's a plethora of information on here. The first thing I always like to check out is the location. Every property has Google Maps pre-installed. If you've never used it, it's this little marker here, this little map with the red marker. Just click on it. Google Maps is really simple. This is your property. You can click and drag and move around the map. Long gone are those days of the folded up map in the glove box. Remember those? Some of us probably still got them, don't we? Can't always depend on technology. But with this, it's pretty neat. You can also zoom in, hit plus minus a couple times. You can zoom in. It'll even show you things around the area as you zoom in. Okay. And if you want to get a street side view, you just click on this little yellow guy over here with your mouse and drag them over, and you can release on any blue spot on the map. So if you want to check out that, the area around the hotel here, there you go. Does it have parking? Yes, it does. Pretty neat what you can do with technology. But that's Google Maps, so you like the location. Next thing I like to check out are the details, which is under details. This has hotel descriptions. You can scroll down the right here for quite a ways. There's quite a bit of information. I'm just going to go through it really fast. You can also scroll down on this little sub bar here. What's included. And pictures to the left. Now, these little thumbnail pictures, I know they're little. If you click on them, they enlarge. You can simply click right or left on the picture. Let's see. And somebody has a question. Parrish, how many days you have overall? I'm not really sure what you mean there. You can really travel unlimited. Now, you do have so many resort weeks. We'll get to those in a moment. That's a specific section. But yeah, you can use this as much as you want. If you weren't aware of that, congratulations. Yeah, you can book 1-2 night stays. You can book a week. But yeah, you can use this part unlimited. And I don't know if I'm really understanding your question, but... And as far as the premium resort weeks, we'll get to those in a moment. But those are ones we get so many. But they're weeklies. All right. Yes, I'll get to those in a moment. You're welcome. Sorry, folks. Sometimes we have questions pop in, but just to let you know, they're just asking account-related questions. So we can always reach out to you afterwards as well. Shoot us an email if you still have questions. And sometimes people can't figure out how to type during these things. They're too busy listening or they can't figure it out. So it happens. Just give us a call or reply to the email anytime. Okay. Now, we're ready to book a room. This is our lead-in room. So if you click room options, it's going to pull up your various room types available and at what cost. And then from there, you just simply hit the book now option in red, and that takes you through the checkout process. Fairly simple. And sometimes you'll find where you'll see a deluxe or a suite or an upgraded type room for literally still, even though it's a little bit more cost than our lead-in room, but it might still be lower than the public's lowest cost available. So sometimes I have the ability to maybe, pick like a superior room here, for example, for $366, which I can stay there for as little as $244. But I'm still well below the public's lead-in room, meaning the lowest cost available. So, in some instances, you may say, hey, let's kick it up a notch quality-wise or, room type-wise. Okay? But that's your hotel section. Once again, you can book unlimited nights. Everything's booked by the night. You can book a week, 10 days, 2 days. That's up to you. Okay? It's over 100 countries worldwide. And more so than you can find a variety of accommodations, by the way. I know it says hotels, but you'll find condos, all-inclusives we just looked at. There'll be vacation homes in there as well. So it just depends on where you search the area. Anywhere that offers public accommodation. And with that being said, let's go ahead and sail away to cruising. For those of you I've not spoken with, my name's Joe again, if you joined in a little late. But I've been traveling quite a while, going on 20 years. Started off as a front desk clerk at a resort. Been a travel agent, ran and oversaw a travel agency, owned a travel agency. Now I do the training for this company and host these orientations. I do a little bit of everything, honestly. I know some of you I might have spoken with. It keeps me sharp. But I can tell you one thing. When I was just a travel agent, my cruise clients book more travel than anyone. I would have clients that would book 4 or 5 cruises each and every year. Now, whether you already do that or aspire to now that you're with us, or you just simply want to try a cruise, your first, second sailing, it's really easy to book a cruise because, first of all, you have live support. Aside from our general travel agents, we have a cruise department. That's all they handle is cruise requests. And keep in mind, there's more to a cruise than a cruise. I mean, unless you live in, near Daytona, that type of thing, where the ports are, Charleston, South Carolina, San Francisco, Texas, wherever, whichever port you're leaving from. But if you don't, you might need airfare to get there. And then once you arrive, you might need a transfer from the airport to the cruise port. And then sometimes people say, hey, I want to extend my trip. We're cruising the Inside Passage of Alaska, but let's book a couple of post-night stays once our cruise ends in Anchorage and then fly back. So our cruise specialist can arrange the entire trip for you from start to finish. Now, I'm going to show you how to play around online, pull up some general cruise info. But I recommend use them. They're travel professionals, even if you're computer savvy, because they have access to travel agent portals that may not be on the site. They may find something you missed. That's what they do. So I like to do both myself, but I recommend it. Why not? Have a second set of eyes, look at a trip for you, might find better options. Now, if you're very specific, you know exactly what you want. You know the name of the cruise line, the name of the ship in their fleet. You've sailed with that cruise line 20 times. You're a VIP platinum. They send you emails and mailings all the time. So you can do an advanced search if you're looking for something specific. So if I knew I wanted to take, let's say, American River Cruise Lines, and then it's going to filter only ships in their fleet. So I want to sail on the Melody. Okay, so if you know exactly what you want, you can put in. You can do an advanced search. You can find voyage code numbers from their website or put in your VIP number. But for this search, we're going to do a vague search, so everyone can figure it out and find things on their own, even if they're a beginner. Now, the biggest questions my experienced cruisers ask, because typically before they joined us, they were going direct to the cruise line. I know there's sites out there like cruises.com, Expedia's Cruises, you got travel agencies. But I found a lot of folks just typically book a lot of cruises, go direct to the lines. They'll call Viking. If they're a VIP with Norwegian, they'll go speak with a Norwegian agent. Because a lot of these cruise lines will reward past guest loyalty. They always ask you, have you sailed with them before? Sometimes it entails additional discounts or even onboard credits for you to spend on your sailing. So the biggest question people ask is, I'm a VIP with such and such cruise line. Will I get those perks with you all? And the answer is yes. But the other big one is cruise lines always have big sales and promotions, constantly changing. So if I booked a cruise this month, my friends book it next month, the same exact sailing, cabin, everything. They may pay more than I did if my sale ended. I'm sure they'll get some new promotion, but that's how sales work. You go to Macy's on Monday, like today, and they had this great sale this weekend, 65% off, certain things, and it ended Sunday. And you go there on Monday, guess what? You're out of luck, right? That's how sales work. Well, same thing with cruises. If it's a current or active offer, we can get the same exact thing. So yes, we can. So if they're offering buy one, get one, you're a past guest, you're getting VIP credits, we can get the same exact thing for you, except for one difference. You're also going to save money. Now, cruises are regulated differently. So let me explain, and then I'll show you an example. I pulled up a nice midline cruise line, Princess. I went directly to princess.com. I chose this beautiful 15-day Hawaiian Island sailing, leaving next October. So we're not doing a last-minute special here. We're planning over a year in advance. I chose our most popular category, and this was the total for two, with port fees, taxes. Now, this has the sale with the all-inclusive perks. You get all your beverages, the bev pack, with gratuities for dining and drinks as well, free Wi-Fi. There was a lower rate without all of that stuff, just simply the bare bones cruise. But on a 2-week cruise, no agent should recommend that. You would definitely want the one with the perks. Even if you don't drink alcohol, just regular drinks will add up on a 2-week cruise. So this includes everything. So we're going to pull this up with us. Now, because this is on sale, agencies like ours and others cannot discount off the sale price. We're not supposed to. We can lose our license. The reason being, we can discount off the full brochure rates, but every cruise line has a markup. Whether you book Princess, Carnival, which most people look at as the most affordable or the family fun ship, to Viking River Cruises, one of our very popular booking with our members, but a complete opposite end of the spectrum as Carnival. And keep in mind, it's going to vary. If you take a 2-day Bahama cruise out of Miami, the most basic cruise on Carnival, and book their most basic room, the inside, I call it the dorm room with no windows, just a 2-3-day cruise, those cabins may have a $60, $80 markup. You're still saving money. Now I'm going to show you a nice one here, for example, but let's take Viking River on the other hand. Your average markup savings on a Viking sailing is going to be between $1,000 to $2,000 per cabin. See how that can vary? So I'm going to show you with this one, for example. Now, even if you don't cruise, it's good to know this because keep in mind, you have a family plan. You have access passes you can give away. But all after travel rebates, commissions are sent to you, the primary account holders. You're the only ones notified. It's your account. You paid for the license. So you could be sitting at home and your brother John's on your family plan and books a cruise every year. You'll see a check in the mail every year. Now, as far as what cruise lines we offer, we have them all. There's over 180 cruise lines. And I know that one's Princess, but let's just leave on any. Let's say you're not familiar with cruising. You have no clue which cruise line goes to what region. You don't have to be a cruise specialist. Just go over to region, pick where you want to go. We'll put in Hawaii, for example, here, and then pick a month and year for sailing. And the website will tell you what's available. So you can do an advanced search like I showed you before, or you can, do something vague. I don't know why. They might be uploading inventory. Do the cruises include free open bar excursions? Well, yes, it varies. The cruise lines do not include anything free typically, but they have promotions. So like with this one, for example, the Princess one has the free beverages, so free open bar. And it's got gratuities and Wi-Fi. But a lot of cruise lines will charge you. You can get that, but you can pay for the bed pack and pay for gratuities. But sometimes they have a sale where it's included. And that's what it is with this example. This Princess sailing does have it included. But it's just like if you were to cruise, if you've cruised before. If you haven't, excuse me, but if you have, it's just like if you're booking with the cruise line. So whatever sales, promotions, if you're a past guest, a VIP with them, you will get the same thing with us, except instead, for example, this cruise right here with port fees, taxes was $7,000 with everything included for 2 people. This was through Princess. So that's the best deal available. But that still has a markup. So whether it's on sale or full brochure rate, doesn't matter. But the markup's where we save you. So that would be our price as well. So yeah, you get all the same things you would normally get. And some money back. Now, since I did a vague search, you can filter your results on the left here. You can use one or more filters. We'll just do cruise line. So this just helps you find things a little easier. Here we are. October 18, 22. Now, if you want to learn more about the cruise line, there's a plethora of information here. Just click on the ship. or the cruise line. It'll bring you to a whole nother screen. You can click on different categories, scroll down. You can even go through all the deck plans of the ship. Tells you when it was launched, how many crew member occupancy. And maybe you're looking for a new boat in their fleet, that type of thing. You want to check out cabin locations, amenity locations. So lots of information there. Click on the ship or cruise line. Now, it tells you to please click view cruise for the most current pricing. Once you actually select a cruise, it's pulling a live feed. So right now it's pulling real-time inventory and all the latest sales and promotions. Now, this is my agent portal. It's going to show me the net cost. So the difference between the sale price and the net, that's what we call your after travel bonus. And everybody always asks, will I know what my discount is before I book a cruise? And the answer is, of course. When you receive a quote, it's going to tell you your cruise cabin total. And right underneath, you'll see after travel bonus with a dollar amount. I'll get to those in a moment. We'll see what it is on this cruise. So there's different sales available. We're going to go with the one that comes with all the goodies. Let's see, balcony, here we go. So you can see they have a lower priced one, but once again, this one came with all the goodies. So let's go ahead and select that. Yeah, drinks over 2 weeks, definitely paid for itself. Now, cabin location. How can I tell what's available? It's really easy. They're blinking in red. But not only that, some people have a preference on location on the ship. Some people don't care. But just so everyone knows cruise terminology, before you even select your cabin, it tells you. So not only do I see where it's located there, it also tells me. So the first one's the part of the boat. The front is forward, middle's midship, obviously, and the back is called aft, AFT. The next one is the side of the ship your cabin's on, facing the front. The right side starboard, the left side's port side. So now if you were not a professional cruiser, now you can sound like one. And you don't have to memorize that because I can see where it's located. So if I pick one like L227 here, I can see it's at the front of the boat. It's forward. It's on the right side here. They call that starboard because it says it there. So you always know exactly what you get, no surprises. I've been in travel a long time. I've heard all various stories from different bookings, experiences, good and really bad. So, this way you know exactly what you get. It's not one of these cruise promotion specials you find online and you book it and it's the worst possible cabin location ever. So here's the net cost on this cruise, $6,077. Now, I'm not going to do exact math. It's right under $1,000. Let's go back to Princess. Yeah, Princess was about $7,038. We're at $6,077. So right around $1,000, a little less, okay? That's for one cabin. Now, it's a good feeling to come home from vacation. What normally happens? If you use your credit card, you start getting credit card bills 30 to 60 days after getting home. So you paid Princess all that money or whichever cruise line, and you come home and pay off bills, right? It's normally how trips work. Well, here's what happens with us. You come home from this cruise, 30 to 60 days later, you probably still get hit with credit card bills because that's part of life. We can't help you there if you use them. But in addition to that, you'll receive a check. And when I say check, it's a check. It's your money. It's not a future cruise credit. It's not a travel credit voucher with us. That's a question I get. After travel rebates, they're actually a check to you. It's your money. So that $960 or $1,000 rounding it up, that comes back to me in my pocket. Now, here's a common scenario we get. People bring friends and family and book cruises. Can you book 2-3 cabins? The answer is yes, certainly. We have a member planning his father's 50th golden anniversary for 2022. They have 12 cabins held on Holland America right now. Now they're not doing a 2-week Hawaii cruise or anything, but still, even if it's $300, that's almost $4,000 they'd be getting back. They may book more cabins, so they're cruising for free. But let's just say you booked an extra, nothing extreme like 12 cabins like they're doing for the 50th anniversary, but let's just say you did extra 2 cabins for a couple of other adult couples or kids, grandkids. Instead of $1,000, I would be getting almost $3,000, $2,850 or so back. See how that can add up really quickly? And once again, even if you're not a cruiser, family plan members, access pass users, those commissionable rebates will come back to you. Okay. So we saved a nice chunk of money and we didn't even have to switch to Geico. Oh, and here's another question people ask. Do I have to pay off the whole cruise now? And the answer is no. Just like booking with a cruise line. Same deposit, same final payment date. The only difference, or the big difference, I should say, you no longer have to deal with over 180 cruise lines, websites, 1-800 numbers, unless you want to. You just go through us. We do all the dealings with the travel vendors. It really simplifies things. You need to make a change, cancellation to a trip. Instead of scrambling, I know I've had folks, they literally planned a cruise, but they added hotels through hotels.com. They booked their flight through Delta. They did everything bits and pieces to get the cheapest they could. And then COVID hits and they had to cancel. That's a headache having to go to all these different websites, call all these 800 numbers. Some are refundable, some aren't. With us, we're more of a one-stop shop for your travel. One call can book it all. So you pay the deposit, you have a final payment date, just agree, continue, fill out passenger details, pick your dining time selection, all that fun stuff. You'll be emailed once again, a voucher, confirmation voucher, and you can still go to the cruise line's website. You can pre-register, look at shore excursions, things like that. Okay? So bon voyage and happy savings. That's how you cruise. And once again, after travel rebates, over 180 cruise lines, and you get access to all the current sales promotions and or past guest loyalty VIP promotions. Now, there's one other form of travel that primarily works like cruising. It's tour groups. This is aimed for more of my retired crowd. So if you're not interested in this, hey, it's good to know. My father-in-law is on my plan. They're looking at a Trafalgar tour. But you may have heard of companies such as Trafalgar, Globus, or Cosmos, Gate One Travel, Kensington Tours on your higher end side. There's a lot of various tour group companies out there. And for those of you not familiar, these are companies that provide a package, sightseeing vacation with... It's more laid back. Everything's included. It's a good way to see sights, attractions. You've never been to a country. A lot of folks want to do Israel or Europe this way. African safari, very popular. But typically, you're going to go with some sort of group. Whether it's small or not, that's up to you. And some of these are land only, but you may have heard of Alaska's very popular land and sea tour, where you spend a portion on the cruise portion and you have portion on land. And yes, we can do that. People ask, can you do the Canadian Rockies? We want to do a rail journey. The answer is yes. We do planes, trains, and automobiles, full service travel. But if you want to learn more about a package, click details. You can see this one has a rail portion. The land is solid. Blue is cruise. So this one's got a little bit of everything. You can click on these various categories, pull up more info, go through a day-to-day itinerary. But just like a cruise, you're paid out commissions on these trips. So whether you or someone in your account books it, good to know. And they can be quite substantial, but it's just like anything else. If you're booking a Kensington tour group, which is considered higher end, a more costly tour group company versus, let's say, Gate One Travel, which is more affordable, more commonly used. that Kensington tour is going to have more markup than the Gate 1 tour. And for example, if I go on a 3-day tour versus a 21-day safari, for example, that 21 days is going to have more markup. So same concept. But once again, it's there if you want to take advantage. Your cruise tour packages all pay out after travel rebates for the commissionable markups you normally would have paid without us. Which brings us to our next section, vacation rentals. Now, somebody was asking about how many nights do they get every year. Once again, you can travel year in, year out, unlimited. However, these are your premium resort weeks. Now, these are weekly rates. So the rates you're about to see are not per night. They're not per person. They're for the entire week, 7 nights, 8 days. If you click destination, it pulls up Google Maps here. Remember Google Maps, you can zoom in, zoom out, tour the world. Let's go check out Greece today, see what's happening. There you go. Free trip for everyone today. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can go up to here, type in your destination. I pulled up a place to save a little time, but you'll see these little cards appear on the right. Now it says USD $6.99. So that's US dollars. That's the weekly rate, but that may not be your final rate. If you actually click on the card, you get an extra wholesale discount. It's just how the vendor's set up. But who doesn't mind saving even more? Not only $6.99 was pretty good, but how about $4.99 for the week? Now, if you've never booked a week in a resort or condo, you're not sure what a week would cost. Maybe you normally stay 2 to 4 or 5 days everywhere you go. Well, this same place, same unit, I pulled it up on Expedia. Do a quick comparison, Expedia.com. They had it on sale. 20% off their normal rate with 20% off. This same place, non-refundable, studio suite kitchenette, was almost $1,400 with 20%. About what I expect to pay. And what are we paying here a night? Yeah, $149 a night. That's with 20% off. So some can be $2,000 or more for the week. Some can be less. Goes both ways. I'll tell you what, $1,400, $499 sounds a whole lot better. What is that? Another 50, 60% off Expedia's 20% off rate. So they're very substantial weekly rates, but these are weekly. So here's a question I get asked. What if I have to leave early? I have a doctor's appointment on the 15th. I can't stay the whole week, but that's a really good deal. So we're going to book it anyways. Will there be a penalty if we leave early? The answer is no. When you book a weekly rate, you get the place for the week. It's up to you if you want to check out early. Okay. Or you can stay the whole week, but it's a week either way, and you pay that rate regardless, whether you stay 5 nights or 7. Now, if you just need a few nights, you can find these places and more in the nightly section. Okay. So if you're just looking for the discount nightly rates. Once again, weekly rates, really good. You can't beat those. You'll see them go down to as little as $199, $299 some instances for a whole week. Accommodations. There we just looked at a week for $499 comparison to Expedia for $1,400 with 20% off. So those are your premium resort weeks. You get those every year. Now, another thing you get access to are specials. Now, specials are more last minute bookings, typically within a month, 2 months or less. But it doesn't mean the trip takes place in a week. Depends. If I book a cruise, it may say book by the end of May or the end of June, but the cruise may not sail until October. But Hot Week specials are part of what we call weekly specials, which are limited inventories. They're first come, first serve. We never run out. There's literally hundreds upon hundreds of specials every single week. I'll get to the others in a moment. But once again, hot weeks, we put them over here with the condo weeks because they are weekly rates. So you can see there, like 2-bedroom condo, $549 for the week. The Jockey Club. 2-bedroom condos, 1-bedroom studio suites, beachfront, $599 for the week. Can't beat it. With any weekly specials, they are first come, first serve. If you're interested in one, you want to go to Daytona here, click the contact agent button. And then an agent will reach out. Okay. So those are your weekly rates there under vacation rentals, hot week specials, and resort weeks. Weekly rates, 7 nights, 8 days. For accommodations only, of course. Now, this new one, third option is a new one. It's called private homes. If you were a member with us before 2020 and you had called to book let's say a beach home, a 6-bedroom house on the beach or within walking distance, instead of booking multiple hotel rooms or condo units, you just want to get a big beach house or something, or a big cabin in the mountains, whatever the case is. Well, that's normally something what our concierge would have told you in the past. They would have told you to go to vrbo.com or homeway.com, Airbnb, tried to help you out any way we could because we're a booking service for you. Well, that's no longer the case. Not only can we assist you with the bookings now, we can even book the homes for you direct. And not only that, even save some money. We have new private home access. It's laid out like most other home rental sites. You have filters at the top. It'll tell you your public rates versus your member rates where it starts. So you can see some savings in these as well. It tells you how many people it accommodates, sleeps, restrooms. You can click on them. They pull up more info. Somebody asked me once, do these homes come furnished like you see there? We're looking at one. It's really nice game rooms and the whole 9 yards. This one's private pool attached. But yes, they do come equipped. You do not have to pack your IKEA with you. Okay. So that's a great new option. We're always looking to add new features and benefits for you all to utilize. Now, we're going to fly through a couple of these before we wrap up, and I'm going to cover a few more things. But transportation, we do offer it. However, airfare is highly regulated. There are no wholesalers for airfare. It's simply there as a convenience. The convenience being, like we spoke about earlier, you don't have to go to multiple websites to plan one good vacation. We're your one-stop shop for your travel. We can plan it all. You don't have to, but you can. Car rentals, we have access to all the major agencies. We have some competitive rates there. Now, flights, we may have a package deal on special. In the past, we had a weekly special that said fly to Ireland for as little as $99 per person. So you might see things like that, but just booking a flight to go see your sister Susie in Iowa, don't expect to see savings there, but we'll book it for you. But besides transportation for convenience, once you get there, we can save money on tickets and attractions. These are things like theme parks, tours, bus walking, things people do on vacation. But I wanted to mention Perks, more importantly. Perks is our latest addition. It took our tickets and attractions section and expanded upon it greatly. We were trying to think of ways for our members that do not travel as much to save money when they were not traveling. We realize some of you are retired, some of you travel multiple times a year, but not everybody does. We have folks that are using our service once a year, some not even once every other year, things like that. Things happen. Hey, busy at work, not retired, young kids at home. I understand. Mayor's just doing a lot of getaways. Well, so we came up with Perks, and what's neat about it, you can actually use it for going on vacation, but you don't have to. You can pull up local deals for things like dining, services. I found oil change, auto repairs, to bowling, movie theater discounts. But you can put in a zip code, find what's near the area. That's included. Shopping. Let me just show you a list of some of the things you get discounts on. So Perks is a great new feature. You can use it locally, on vacation, pre-trip, whatever. And the big one people ask about, Disney. What's nice is you can even see discounts off the gate prices of Disney. Now, it's not a bunch, but hey, every little bit on Disney helps. Of course, we can book your Disney cruise, Disney resort, so on and so forth, but you can also just book tickets and save money there. We have all the major water parks across the U.S. You have your own virtual StubHub where you can do live concerts to Broadway theater to even major sporting events. Theme parks nationwide. So you're just, it doesn't have to be Disney. You could go Cedar Point or Michigan's Adventure. Yeah. I know some of you live in different areas, so there's your theme parks. Knott's Berry Farm. So check out Perks, neat new addition. And you can use that for vacation as well as off. Now, a couple of things here. We do offer specials every week. I showed you the Hot Weeks earlier, but we also do package and tour specials as well as cruise specials. Now, remember, we have every cruise line in our cruise section and call a cruise specialist. But the specials, these are specific sale dates. They're specials. But these prices are per person with cruises on these cruise specials. Like here's MSC, 4 nights, 5 days for $131 a person. Can't beat that. But we literally have hundreds upon hundreds of specials. So I hope you're ready to vacation, in addition to our everyday things I've been sharing with you. So that's under weekly specials. Now, we also put out a weekly travel newsletter. We email it to you if you're new with us. You'll get 1 email a week from us. That's it. Unless it's a special event or something going on. But what is travel specials. Now, of course, you get emails when you book something. You'll get a verification, a voucher. But we used to have folks call in and say, well, my husband deleted that email and there's a really great trip. You had an 8-day Rome and Milan rail tour starting at $5.99 a person. I want to learn more. So we used to have to resend it. You call in, it's time you're spending, time our agents are spending. So we've solved that and we just simply add it to your website. So your weekly travel newsletter, doesn't matter when you get it. You can always, you delete it. No worries. Just go to your website, click on newsletter. And what they contain, more travel deals. But these are nice because sometimes folks will say, hey, this one's got lots of inclusions. But, I would have never thought to do this trip. I found this neat deal and we decided to book it. And it's a variety. Cruises, river cruises, hotels. We did a 3-night, 4-day at the Marriott for Mardi Gras, things like that. Sometimes are weekly stays at resorts. Sometimes higher end travel to more affordable economy options. Not economy, but just, lesser cost options, I should say. And what's neat is you can also look back at past newsletters. Well, Joe, why would I do that? Because this one says I have to book it by June 4th. Even though the trip doesn't take place then, they may have a cutoff to get that special. But keep in mind, we can get discounts all the time. So I can pull up a past special, and maybe I find a trip on here that I liked in a past special. I can say, hey, I want to do that Graceland tour. We can still quote you and put together something. Okay? So you can always pull up and take a look at these past trips. And just so everyone's aware, you do have a new toolbar under Traveler Resources. One last new addition. I know we added several. It keeps my webinars getting longer and longer, but that's a good thing. It's giving you all more options as travelers. But we added this traveler resource bar. Remember, your website can be used on the go. Remember, if you're on a mobile version, it may look like this. You can click on those little lines there and then go to traveler resources. Okay. But this has things like required travel docs, maps, and directions. These are direct links. So if I want traveler health, it takes me directly to the CDC. Maybe you need passport info. It's time to renew. You need visa info. Just click apply for a passport. It takes you directly to travel.state.gov. So these are direct links. I know there's a lot of third-party sites and things out there for this type of thing. This way you know you're going to the right place. For pre-trip planning or on-the-go use, you even got Google Translator and currency converters on there. Weather trackers, flight trackers, hurricane trackers. And ladies and gentlemen,